What is up, fam? Welcome back to another episode of Reading Between the Headlines. I'm Asaf Nisim. Of course, Little Broken Picard wouldn't miss this episode for the world, so he is also here. Let's do the thing. Before we get to the show, I'd like to remind you all to please like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. If not, picture a situation, purely hypothetical of course, but in a world where you like the content, but don't subscribe to the channel, the consequences could be dire. Consider the gravity of the imbalance in your yin and yang, a concept developed by the Chinese over thousands of years, conveying the cosmic duality of the universe and your relationship to it. You like the content, very yang. You don't subscribe, serious yin, not cool, brah. An imbalance of this magnitude could potentially create a rift in the space-time continuum, thus causing you to relive, I don't know, let's just say May 13th, 2012 in sort of Groundhog's Day situation as a Man United fan for all eternity, or, you know, like just a Chelsea fan these last 3 or 4 weeks. The point is, subscribe to the channel, bitches. This from Talk Sport. Fail. Big Sam reveals he tried to sign Aubamayeng at Everton. He was desperate to leave. In the Arsenal-Everton game over the weekend, it was clear that Everton were going at it, trying to play like a big team, and they obviously have the quality to do it. And now with Ancelotti, they have all the tools necessary to facilitate it. They're pressing up high, keeping the ball, playing out of the back, but of course not averse to direct play either. It seemed every time Pickford scooped the ball up, the two strikers up top were making darting runs in behind, looking for some quick distribution, and Pickford is wont to do as such. Arsenal look refreshed, renewed, and have an entirely different spirit and confidence about the project in place with Mikel Arteta. Obviously, the cachet he has as a former player who could probably still get in a Premier League side has a great history with the club, and of course, being a protege of the great Pep Guardiola, all contribute to what is a clear injection of confidence and doggedness since he took over for big sexy Freddie Lundberg. Could we just take a moment to acknowledge that he's clearly like leaning into his bulge here? He's just like, guys, it may be small, but it is fierce. But Arsenal look different. The starkest difference is how they are closing out games. When in the past would you see an Arsenal-Everton scoreline 3-2 Arsenal at halftime and expect the Gunners to close the game out? It's been a minute, and this wasn't just any Everton team either. This was a very organized, energetic, relentless Carlo Ancelotti Everton, star-studded and in form. Not only did Arsenal manage to squeeze it out, but they continued to attack throughout the second half. They did give up chances, of course. It wasn't a perfect match, but it's clear they're on the way up. It's clear that they believe. We'll see how long it lasts. We've talked about this before. You know, when a new manager comes in, the players are anxious to prove themselves. Every second ball is being challenged for, etc., etc. But it does seem like it will work here. It does seem like a good fit. Mikel Arteta is the sort of franchise player that Arsenal would probably commit to as a manager. They have a history of committing to managers. Yes, recently, not so much, but maybe just the fit hasn't been right. Lundberg wasn't ready. Arteta is the guy to bring silky football back to Arsenal, and it seems to be working for now. Again, we'll see how long that lasts, but it seems good from my perspective. Of course, I'm such a Pep fanboy, but yeah, it is what it is. So there are a few interesting narratives here. Obviously, Mikel Arteta is a former Everton player. As I said, he actually made significantly more appearances for Everton than he did for Arsenal. Of course, Iwobi is also a former Arsenal player, and I gotta say, I definitely think Iwobi is coming into his own. He wasn't clinical enough in this game. Huge presence in the midfield, a lot of energy, but he missed at least 2 really good chances, like not even a shot on target sort of miss. Another interesting one that is really minor, it is this story, but it's about Aubamayeng having been close to a move to Everton before Arsenal swooped in for a signature. Big Sam sheds a bit of light on it here.
No, I've been worried about losing him. Really worried, because it's a case of 18 months left then you're talking, aren't you? Not this summer, next summer it's up.
You tried to buy him, didn't you? I believe.
I tried to buy him at Everton, yeah. It was about 60 million or 70 mil, I think. I don't think we could go that far at the time, but we were searching for goals since Lukaku went, and I just wanted to sort of test the fact.
Did you get talking to him? Did he want to come?
Only through a couple of through his agent. We had a shout that he was that desperate to get away from Germany, get into the Premier League. Apparently, we thought we'd have a dab. We didn't get very far, to be fair.
Dan,
I don't know what Arsenal are going to do. They can't afford to let another one run out of contract, I don't think, when his value is going to be taken up. If he doesn't sign a contract by this summer,
he's got to go.
They'll have to sell him, and that's a great shame for Arsenal fans and Arsenal, because what he's done in goal terms has been absolutely miraculous.
And he's quality, isn't he?
He's quality.
Cool, clinical. The way he just tucks him away, brilliant.
He's one of the few players, Alan, that loves to run in behind. He doesn't want to come to feet. He wants balls played down the side of the centre halves and the full-backs in the channel, and he gets on the end of it and he slots them away. And I've been very impressed with a couple of headers he's done recently.
Alan Brazil
in the
just
box where he's got up there
keeps
and
getting redder,
and sometimes
and
even from wide,
over time.
where he's been played.
I don't know.
On a number of occasions, has scored goals from there.
It just looks more and more like a tomato every day. Big
Big
Sam is spot on here. Alan Brazil mentioned how cool and collected Aubamayeng is in front of goal, and I don't think there's a more apt description. He looked precisely like this when he scored a brace in this game. 2 excellent, clinical, confident finishes. This kid is 30 years old and shows essentially no signs of slowing down either. Still lightning fast, still runs all game. David Luiz, by the way, with the pinpoint top-tier midfielder level through ball to put Aubamayeng in on his first goal. People are so quick to remember his tendency to make a mistake, or multiple ones. It's important to remember that when you get all of that, and hopefully you can reduce that like Chelsea helped him do, or he helped himself maybe at Chelsea in his most recent stint, you also get an incredibly talented, complete player in David Luiz. Pepe was also showing his class, and a resurgence under Arteta, or just a surgence, I guess, if you started counting when he got to the Prem. He got the goal and the assist against Newcastle, and he just looks electric right now. In this game, he was unraveling Everton defenders, good Everton defenders, like 3 of them at a time, and he had the assist on the game-winning goal. A quick, cute little in-swinging ball to Aubamayeng, and he just put it away, as he does. That was the game, and then they closed it out for another 45 minutes, basically. So the game started off with a bang. Calvert-Lewin had a fantastic goal off of a, yes, you guessed it, David Luiz mistake. It was early in the game. It was like the 50th second. I gotta say, though, that there definitely is a decent case for dangerous play here against Calvert-Lewin on the goal. It was a high kick. It was quite close to David Luiz's face. It was not low enough for it to be a 50-50 at all. Clearly, David Luiz makes the mistake. He heads the ball, doesn't know where it goes, kind of falls perfectly for Calvert-Lewin, and as he realizes this and starts to push in and go for the header, although he's never going to get to it, Calvert-Lewin is already striking it quite cleanly, I might add. I'm glad it wasn't actually called here, because it needs to be in the game. We watch the game for great moments like that. Nobody can ever forget probably the greatest overhead kick of all time, which is the Wayne Rooney kick against Man City. We just don't want it out of the game. So regardless, whatever we got to do, not enforce it. And this is, by the way, this is one of those things that you might see varying from competition to competition. Another thing I noticed was Bellerin, or the lack of Bellerin. He looked sluggish and ineffective for me, and why the heck is he marking Calvert-Lewin on set pieces? There's at the very least a 4-inch difference in height here. Bellerin is listed at 5'10", Calvert-Lewin at 6'2", but standing next to 6'5" Yerry Mina, he doesn't look much shorter, not to mention he gets air when he jumps. Like, the dude legit leaps a head above everyone else in the box consistently. I'm serious. Have a look at this. I'm surprised he didn't actually punish them even more, to be honest. Kolasinac took a nasty spill early in the game in the 14th minute. Dude can take down 2 knife-wielding chumps in an alley, but Sidibe's elbow proves to be a little more challenging. You have to say this kid, Eddie Nketiah, is not getting in Arteta's side for no reason. He played in the number 9 position, legit supplanting Lacazette, who's been relegated to cup ties and the bench, basically. Lest you forget, Lacazette is an exceptional striker, one whom Thierry Henry has lauded on several occasions. And this 20-year-old kid is keeping him out. And man, did he have an awesome goal in this match. Not to mention an overall solid performance. Another young player we've been seeing a lot of is Bukayo Saka. He provided the assist to Nketiah on the first goal, and it was class. Against Newcastle, he was awesome. I believe he had the assist to Nicola Pepe, and he was just running circles around them. Overall, it was a very entertaining match. If you thought the Premier League couldn't get any more competitive, I think you're in for a real treat next season. I mean, even this season, the home stretch should be a very interesting one for the Premier League writers, as they say. Bunch of clubs are starting to get organized and ambitious, clawing their way back from abject misery. Really, it feels like mostly Chelsea on a bit of a downturn, and I think that's entirely temporary. They'll have a massive injection of quality coming back into the squad before long. Going into next season, United, City, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea will all be much improved and resolute. Clubs like Sheffield United, Leicester, Wolves aren't going away. I imagine there will be some more clubs to follow. Everton, if they stick with Carlo, will surely be in a new class. I mean, they're already increasing their badassery levels by holding joint chew sessions on the touch. Hey, how is your gum? It's good. You see, I tried to bring the gum over here, but no work. No, you see, there is a guy. He's down there. You go. You cannot miss him. He will sell you the gum. Down there, I'm telling you. Where? If that's not enough to excite you about the future on Merseyside, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. It's Ancelotti and Donkey Fergie on the fucking touch, chewing gum like a couple of little Italian schoolgirls. Game, set, match, Everton. Well, folks, that's it for this week's episode of Reading Between the Headlines. I know. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I will hopefully be back next week. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. Another reminder to please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy it. And as per usual, from myself and from the inimitable little tiny broken Picard, so tiny, so broken, we do hope that you live football and prosper.